evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Dr. Meltzer?
Hi, dear.
Hi. I have a problem, and I'm not much of a listener for you because on WOR in our area is a lot of static.
Where are you?
I'm in northern Jersey, New Jersey.
Way up northwest?
More northwest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the problem, especially in the evening. But I have a great aunt that listens to you faithfully.
Uh-huh.
And she keeps telling me, you got to get a hold of him and talk to him.
All right.
And I'm so glad that you're able to that I can get through to you. For quite a while, my husband and I haven't been getting along. And I finally filed for divorce.
Mm.
And we have 5 children. I have 3 older, and I have twin girls that are 10.
Right.
And my husband won't leave the house. Right now, he went away on vacation. He had left yesterday. He hasn't told anyone where he's gone or what he's, when he's coming back or anything. And the lawyers are supposed to be in the lawyer's hands right now. Now, I had gotten an inheritance from my aunt.
Yeah.
And I was wondering, now, my lawyer tells me, not to worry about it, that he's not entitled to get it. And I was wondering if you knew anything about that.
How much is it, honey?
About $30,000.
What have you done with it?
I put it in money market fund.
Mm-hmm. Your husband is still living at home?
Yes, he refuses to go out until the judge tells him to leave.
Why are you getting a divorce, may I ask? I'll go right back to the beginning.
Okay. A year ago in November, I found out that my husband was seeing another woman.
Okay.
Okay. My older daughters, in fact, knew more about it than I did. And finally they had told me that, he had talked to her on the phone from here and everything. And we had gone to our priest, and I had talked to him about it, and he said, I'll talk to Fred and you, and that you should ask him if there's anything else going on, because he said they were just friends. And I did ask my husband about it, and I asked him if he would see the priest with me, and we did both go together. And he said he has seen the woman, and he talks to her, and he tends to talk to her on the phone and everything. And he said I had no right to ask him, because I don't own him, that he can do what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, for a while, and then they had moved out of town. Now they live out of state.
Who's the they?
Husband and wife. Their marriage hasn't been gotten along, and her husband knew about it, and he felt they had no reason to be jealous.
In other words, she is now gone.
Right. But then she had left in a year ago, January. But then in March, I happened to, and I mean accidentally, in my husband's drawer, I found cards that he was going to mail to her. Studio cards, since you've gone. Part of me went with you. Please take good care of it. Stuff
right,
like that.
Right.
Which really upset me. And I told him about it, and I had ripped up the cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to tell him. And he said, well, I didn't send them. But I said, you must have been thinking about her to buy them.
Mm-hmm.
So then, we had good times and bad times. Excuse me a second.
Sure. Good night. That's all right. Say good night to the kids.
Yes.
Okay, now.
And
so that's on March. And
right.
Here we are now in April.
I know. So then
when did you file for divorce?
In February. Because then we had gone, and then I found that a lot of our talking and everything he stopped, he talked to me less, or he wasn't as affectionate as he used to be. And we had gone away together for a weekend, just the two of us, in July. And
right.
We had, a very nice time. And then these people came back to the shore to visit, and he went down one day by himself to visit them, and then we went on a weekend to visit them and some other couples. And then in August, and then September, she was back again in this town, and it happened to be nice that my husband would come home late, or on a Saturday morning, he left at 7 o'clock in the morning to go for the newspaper and to buy a watch when she was in town. I know your mind runs away with you, and
yeah, I know.
You kind of surmise where...
Honey, can I ask a question?
Yes.
How old's your husband?
He's 46, and I'm 44.
Mm-hmm. You don't want a divorce, do you, honey? You're doing this out of pride, aren't you? Am I right, honey?
Yes, you are.
I'll tell you another thing. Your husband is a mixed-up duck. He is. Mm-hmm. But he's going through a terrible stage in his own life. And I'll tell you one thing, my darling. Mm-hmm. You get the divorce, and you'll be asking yourself, why did you do it? I'll also tell you one other thing. I don't think your husband wants a divorce, and I don't think you want a divorce. The priest that you went to first time,
right.
Have you gone back to talk to him?
Yes. We went to a psychologist. I had gone to a psychologist because I cannot live without love and affection.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband was very good to me for the first 21 years of our marriage.
Right.
Maybe he was too good to me. And I went to the psychologist.
And what did the psychologist tell you?
And she said that we should separate for a while because. And then she brought our backgrounds up, how his childhood is reflecting now, and my childhood is coming back.
Oh, that is baloney, darling. I thought you would get trapped that way. You've got a problem right now to solve, honey.
Right.
Let's stop worrying about what your mother did to you, and let's stop worrying what your daddy did to you.
All right. But maybe that's my problem. Was my mother died when I was 14.
All right.
And my father was an alcoholic and used to beat us. So I couldn't wait till I moved out. And then, like the love and affection that I didn't get from my father, I felt now I'm losing again.
Mm-hmm.
From my husband, because I have no brothers or sisters. I have, very distant cousins. I have 2 great aunts that have been wonderful to me, and they're in their 80s. So they've really been very patient, for me.
And you have 5.
But then my husband, I did go away like she suggested, but I only made it like 4 days because I really missed my family.
Mm-hmm.
I missed my kids.
And what happened when you went away?
I went to my great aunt's for a while, and he called me all the time.
He did call you?
My children did.
And what about
when
hubby?
I came back, nothing. When I came back, I used to get like half a hug and a kiss. Well, when I came back, I got a kiss on the cheek, and that was it.
I think your husband, honey, is in a defensive position. Right. You want the opinion? You called me on something else, which I'll tell you the answer is yes, he can't touch it.
He can't?
No, but I'll tell you one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think your marriage is ready to be broken up. You don't want it, and he doesn't want it. And I think also somebody's got to talk to him. I think he's ready. He's ready to realize his mistake.
Yeah.
I think so.
Mm.
You want to try something different?
Mm.
When is he coming back?
I have no idea. He went away in January.
Oh, he went away in
January. He went away in January.
Oh, he's been gone now for 3 months?
No. He went away in January. He was gone 6 days.
Right.
And when he came back, I didn't even get a kiss. And he said to me, I said, well, did you think about us while you were gone? Because I know how much I thought about him while he was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, yes. He said, did you? And I said, yes. He said, what did you think about? I said, I thought about all the good times we had and all the good times we can have now.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, did you? He says, well, I thought a couple of good things, but I don't feel any differently. He said, I don't feel any differently than I did before.
He's full of baloney, honey.
And he said...
You know what he's done? See, you're getting a divorce out of pride, and he's acting the way he thinks a man should act.
Mm-hmm.
You're both on the wrong road, darling. Try this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm willing to do this, darling. When he comes back...
Yes.
You ask him if he'll not... Does he listen to this program occasionally?
No.
All right. You tell him that I, Bernard Meltzer, with my old gray hair...
Right.
...is willing to sit down and talk to both of you.
Mm-hmm.
And if he's willing to come up and see me and sit down and talk to me, man to man,
mm-hmm.
and then I'll talk to you and I'll talk to both of you.
Right.
I'd be putting a wager right now that there'll be no divorce.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll find, unless something happens when he's gone,
mm-hmm.
that I cannot conceive, but I think that when he comes back, all this bravo he's putting up, no, I didn't think of you very much.
Yeah.
I didn't miss you very much. That is baloney.
Yeah. And like he said to me, too, when I have enough money, I'll move out.
Yeah.
Right.
And no, the very fact that he's not moving out means he doesn't want the divorce, honey. It isn't money at all.
Yeah. Well, he said we can't afford it.
No, that's right.
We can't afford the divorce.
This is a good excuse that a man uses when he doesn't want a divorce. But he doesn't want to say so.
Mm-hmm.
Many a man that I know of has said to his wife, we can't afford a divorce.
Yeah.
Really what he was saying, I don't want a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
But he's using that as an excuse. Sweetheart,
mm-hmm.
if you value your marriage, see if you can't get him to come and talk to me.
I see.
I'll be willing to do the talking.
Mm-hmm.
And without judging either you or him.
Right.
Charlotte, give this lady a special code number so she can get back to us. Meanwhile, I'll send you 2 T-shirts.
Okay, thank you very much.
Charlotte, 2 T-shirts.